Creamer Media's Mining Weekly Online is speaking to Peter Steenkamp, the CEO of Harmony Gold. Peter, at the Mining in Durban, the Minerals Council outlaid some horrible statistics about attacks on gold plants. We've had a series of attacks in both Gauteng and Northwest. Could you outline what you're doing to stop attacks on gold plants?
Yeah, now Martin, that's obviously a great concern to everybody in the industry, and certainly we saw that quite a lot of syndicates are now moving into gold plants, so stealing bullion. At the current gold price, it's not surprising that they do that. We've had attempts on our plants to steal gold. We had some successes some time ago when gold was stolen at Calgold. There was a further attempt at Calgold to attack our plant. Unfortunately for us, they didn't manage to steal anything from the plant. But yes, it's a big concern. And certainly from our side, what we've done is we met with the minister. We're trying to find ways and means to actually combat these syndicates. And again, we're not just talking about the foot soldiers, but also that gold goes somewhere else. And so we need to find the real culprits as far as that's concerned. So from an industry perspective, it is concerning. What we've done is really do a sharpen up on our security. We've spent capital in the last 3 years. We spent more than 30 million rand in capital just improving our walls around the plants and things like that, and making sure that we have dead man zones and making sure that we have areas where people can't get through. So we spend a huge amount of money on improving that, and obviously a lot of OPEX in improving the security around our plants because it's quite tight. Which also worked because we see the last Calgold attempt of theft. They couldn't get into the smelt house, and I mean the things that we've put in place did work for us.
And then getting on into the energy side, another huge topic at the moment. You are planning to self-generate. Do you think you've got enough capacity? It was 10% of what you wanted. What are you going to do to make sure that you get an energy position that is stable?
Well, the first thing that we've done is we've done a lot of work in terms of stabilizing our demand, trying to find ways of actually bring our demand down. And we've been very successful in that. As a matter of fact, through that we were able to cut back in terms of our inflationary energy cost over time. But I mean, there's so many low-hanging fruits is out there. So it's really about self-generation now. So we've done the first step of that, and we're very grateful for the minister that allows us to build those plants. So we will certainly, as soon as we possibly can, start building them. And we will try and expand that. The unfortunate thing that we have is that we build typically solar plants and then obviously only have that power available during the daytime. So we need to think about storage and all other kind of things. But there's certainly a step in the right direction now that we have the go-ahead in terms of self-generation of power.
And technology is becoming very powerful, and the need for modernization is there worldwide. Now, what are you doing to modernize your mines to actually exploit this technology that's available to you?
Yeah. We've done an enormous amount of things in terms of technology improvement, specifically on, again, on the engineering part of things, like for instance plants, the automation and those kind of things. The other things that we've done is quite a lot of things in terms of dust suppression, things on tracking and tracing of people, which has been working very well for us. We actually have very good control in terms of what's happening in our mines, especially from a safety perspective to ensure that things are going. The things that we still are battling and grappling with is really the thing about in-stope machinery that can actually handle the quartzites and things that we're mining. But there's also a lot of developments in that fact, and I'm convinced that in a few years from now we'll have the answers to be able to mine those areas. The other very important things for us is really the whole thing about having alternative energy than compressed air. Making sure that we have those kind of energies in place. It would be actually fantastic if we don't then generate more water, because then you have to pump again. But certainly find that kind of energies that can work for us there. We do have older mines, so we can't retrofit these mines or make them new, brand new mines. It can be a lot more autonomous than we can be in terms of where we want to operate the mine. So we do have those realities, but I think a huge amount of work has been done in terms of ensuring that we have energy on demand and the way we do automize our pumping facilities, etc., etc.
And I think Harmony's history has always been associated with M&A, mergers and acquisitions, acquiring something. And now I want to ask you, what are your plans for organic growth, both on the surface and underground?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of areas that we can do organic growth. Probably the biggest ore body that we have available, the highest grade, is Saiplas, which we bought as part of the Moab Katsong transaction. We've done the pre-feasibility, we're in the feasibility phases at this stage. To take that is quite a big ore body. There's obviously deepening of Tsepong operations, Pakisa operations, the deepening of Joel. So all of those are on the cards to continue mining. That not necessarily would bring more production in place, but it obviously would bring in a lengthening of life of mine. The areas where we have quite a lot of opportunities to grow is in Kalgold. I think we can probably double the size of Kalgold if we do find the right ore bodies and stacks up to our feasibilities, hurdle rates. And then obviously the tailings retreatment is a big opportunity that is still out there, that we have quite a few things on the cards for tailings retreatment.
And finally, South Africa is desperate for exploration. What are you doing to contribute to this?
We've done quite a lot in the last few years. We've done the Kalgold exploration, was quite a big tick for us. And then obviously we did the Target North drilling, which was stopped in 2007. We restarted that about a year and a half ago. We've had our first intersection with the VCR and the Dreyer's Coal, that package there. So that we've done. We're waiting for the results now in terms of the drilling. We did it at the end of December. We intersected that reef. We still have a lot of deflections on that. That will give us more certainty in terms of the geological model for Target North, and then we can do whatever we want to do with that in terms of going forward, in terms of how we can take that thing forward. It's obviously a deep underground mine. It's probably the last part of the Wits Basin that need to be mined, and we're quite excited about the work that's been done on the VCR especially, and hopefully the results that will come out of the drilling will also support that.